Good morning. Thank you. Thank you, Biz 417, for hosting the 2017 Think Summit and this opportunity to introduce our next speaker. But before I do, let me spend a few minutes introducing Paperwise to you. We're very fortunate to live in a community that focuses so much on innovation. Being located in the heart of the Midwest seems to many in technology a disadvantage. I think otherwise. With the quality of education, the low cost of living, the number of highly qualified individuals for hire, Paperwise, along with other local businesses, view the Springfield community as a competitive advantage, offering benefits those on the coast can only dream of. Headquartered right here in Springfield, Paperwise has been helping customers manage their documents and workflows for over 25 years. And as we have all experienced, technology has advanced exponentially over the past 5. For example, the amount of technological advancement that occurred in the year 2000 occurred every 1 hour and 6 minutes in 2013 and will occur every 30 seconds by the year 2020. A decade ago, our competition was IBM, Oracle, and Microsoft. Today, it's the 12-year-old that learned how to code in elementary school and may just be the next Facebook, Twitter, or even Uber. With that being said, Paperwise has the experience and understanding of how businesses work. And that is what we do. More than just document management, we help businesses change the way they work through software solutions tailored for their business. If you have any questions or would like more information, you can find us at the Interactive Lounge. Now, before I introduce the next speaker, I would like to mention that our small but innovative software company located over on East Sunshine actually has Uber as one of our clients. Now, enjoy this promotional video highlighting the Paperwise vision. You can also find it at paperwise.com.
What would you do if you had more hours in your day? Software is supposed to save you time, right? Not consume it. Let's face it, it's not a solution if you need more than one. Automate your task, reveal what's important to your business, and deliver your message. Stop wasting time trying to save time. Welcome to the future of work.
Now let's kick off this next part of the Think Summit. Innovation is something to strive for, a way that change what is. MoDot, partnered with Solar Roadways, is bringing innovation to Missouri highways. I'm pleased to welcome Biz 417 editor Adrienne Donica and MoDot's Southwest Assistant District Engineer, Miss Laurel McKean, to the stage.
Hello, everyone. The Missouri Department of Transportation launched Road to Tomorrow in June 2015. The initiative explores innovative, sustainable solutions for the future of Missouri's roadways, including a pilot project that is soon to be installed solar roadways, in the sidewalks at the historic Route 66 Welcome Center on Interstate 44 in Conway. And Laurel is here. She spearheads that project, actually. And so today we're going to be talking a little bit about the possibility of solar-powered highways.
On a day that it's icing, so.
Yeah. So to start off, we're going to watch a little video real quick.
Everything starts as a path, a road branching out from where you are to where you want to go. That's what humans do. It's how we learn. It's how we improve. It's how we become smarter. And the road to a healthier planet is right under our feet. We have always made improvements on how we move from one place to another. At first, there were dirt roads. Then, there were cobblestone streets. And then came asphalt highways, a whole network across the planet. Now, there is something better, something so innovative it can help save the planet from global warming. Solar roadways. A road lies under the power of the sun. Modern roads allow transportation, but nothing more. Until now. Solar roadways is an innovative solution of smart panels that can withstand the weight and movement of everyday traffic. It generates clean, efficient energy, reducing our dependence on fossil fuels. Join the movement. Let's show governments where we want to take the future of our planet.
So I have seen that video before, and I still get chills. So Laurel, why is the focus on sidewalks and roadways right now? Wouldn't it be easier to just install the solar panels on top of roofs at the Welcome Center?
You know, the technology today is, you know, typical solar panels for buildings and rooftops. The Broussards, Scott and Julie, who are the founders of Solar Roadways, has decided that we need to think beyond just that. And, you know, they started looking, and if you were to look at just, you know, the world and how much of it is paved in either asphalt or concrete, and you could somehow tap into that, you would generate so much more energy than just putting the typical, you know, panels on buildings. And so that's why, you know, their technology and what we looked at and what they were doing just lends to the roadway and, you know, sidewalk area.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I know that MoDot received hundreds of submissions for projects through Road to Tomorrow. So why was this a priority, and how did you become involved?
You know, over 350 innovations kind of came to us, and as the statewide team started looking at those categories, one of those came out to be solar energy. And we had a lot of individuals emailing us and say, hey, you really got to look at the Broussards, you really got to look at solar roadways. And so we reached out to them, and they were at that point looking for a DOT or for places where they could pilot and test, you know, their technology, and it just seemed to be a very good fit. And they seemed to be at a spot with the U.S. Department of Transportation where they were looking, you know, for someone, especially in the Midwest, because they are trying to find pilots across the country that are going to give them good data back.
Okay. And what is the overall vision of solar roadways? Theoretically, could they at some point replace snow plows or salt trucks? You know, that's something that could have come in handy today.
Yeah, we were joking this morning as I was getting ready for this presentation that wouldn't it be great if we already had them. One of the aspects of these panels is that there's heaters, you know, in the panels also, such that, you know, when the sun is out, it collects the energy, and then it also heats the panels, with the concept that you would not have to plow or, you know, put ice on or salt on the roadways, that the roadway would melt itself. So, you know, that's one of those pieces that is very innovative and very appealing. You know, we spend millions of dollars, you know, almost 10 million on a really bad winter on our plowing operations, and if we could reduce that, you know, it may not be on every road. You know, I don't see trucks and salt needs ever, you know, maybe way down the road ever going away, but if you could even do a fraction of that, that's more money that we could put to do other things.
Mm-hmm. And what do these panels look like? How durable are they, and what happens with the stored energy?
Well, I was actually able to bring a demo panel with me. We'll get it hooked up. So it is part of the unique aspect of these panels, and what the Broussards have been thinking about is this is actual glass. It is tempered glass. They have done tests with universities and the Federal Highway Administration that it can take up to 250,000 pounds of force on the glass and maintain Part of the test that they're doing right now is, say, a truck needed to brake heavy. Would it be able to stop? Would the glass be able to hold up to that? Would it not shift? So it is a very unique concept that, to have a road made of glass. I mean, who would have ever thought? We've always used our traditional methods. So this is actually a glass panel. It's got circuits, boards, heating elements, and what we call light mode diodes, LED lights, that the concept is we also wouldn't have to stripe. That we could program the lane lines in on these panels also, and not have to put paint down. And one of the concepts is if you're traveling down the road and say there's an accident and you're needing to shift lanes, that you could program the lane lines to go around that and not necessarily have to put all the cones and barriers and everything else that you do. This is not actual size. Actual size is about 4.5 feet wide. Wow. And 70 pounds each. And this is just one of their demos that they gave us. Hopefully we wouldn't put green, yellow, blue, all that out there, but at least it gives you a visual.
We're coming up with new road signs.
Yeah. But I mean, this is very heavy. It's very durable. And it's even a unique concept of having glass as your traction. There's glass beads on the top of this. So right now, that's part of what they're doing is, they're trying to test through the Federal Highway Administration whether this can be actual, viable for roadways.
And other than heating itself up to, melt any ice that would be on those panels, how else can that energy be used? Their concept, and granted, we're talking in the theoretical world because right now they only have one installation that they've done in their hometown of Sandpoint, Idaho, and even there they're having to revamp. They're learning a lot as they install. But through their theoretical mathematics and knowledge of solar energy, they think that if we got to the point where we did a whole entire roadway, that 1 mile of a roadway with solar panels installed could produce enough electricity for 30 houses. So that you could take at least 30 houses per mile off the grid. Granted, that may change based on the part of the country that you're in or world, because of sun and the need. But their concept is that it would collect the energy to be able to power themselves, and then whatever excess would go back to the grid. Wow. And I know that there's been some discussion of using crowdfunding for to make this project into a reality. So can you share a little bit about the funding model?
Yeah, right now we are using a Federal Highway Administration research grant to do our pilot project in Conway, which is about 45 panels that we hope to install in March. It's about a 12 by 20 area there on the sidewalk in up to the main building. But they have found that Indiegogo was their method, crowdfunding, to kind of get a lot of their seed money outside of the federal highway. And so what we've talked about it is once we get our pilot and see how it's going, that if we wanted to expand, say, to the parking lot or, say, to the entrance ramp, that, instead of using state dollars or, our customers, dollars, that, we would try crowdfunding. And it's been amazing. I did not realize that trying to tie this into Route 66 would be such, it just went worldwide. I've given interviews to individuals in Mexico, Canada, overseas, and it's just expanded. And so we're thinking that, if we can show that it's working, we would like to try to do crowdfunding to see how we can expand the project and not have to use our citizens' money on something that's new and innovative.
Wow, talk about saving some money.
Yeah.
And what are some of the unexpected challenges that you and your team have faced so far, and how have you guys developed solutions for those?
At first, we didn't even know if this was going to really get off the ground. The Broussards, being a startup company and not having a lot of excess dollars, had modeled their business plan around getting an X percentage of money up front. Well, being a state government, we just can't give money up front without having a product. So we had to work with them, and we even got a little innovative on how we arranged our agreement with them, such that we would actually buy the material for them, and then we wouldn't pay them the bulk of it until we got stuff done. So that was a learning process, making sure we weren't breaking any state laws or government procurement rules. So that was our first challenge, and now it's just on their side. They've had these theoretical panels and had never really installed them before, and they've learned a lot from their installation in Sandpoint that is going to benefit us. And even when they come and install here, they're going to learn even more. And the challenges have been, getting their software to keep going and not having glitches. How do they fire them and not shrink the circuits, that are in the panels? And they've just learned a lot, and it's hard because we as DOTs, we like to have, and especially MoDOT, we're very proud on promising and doing what we say we're going to do when we do it. And it's been very challenging to kind of take that step back approach and say, okay, we know they're learning, so we're not going to pressure them, and just kind of keep that partnership and that understanding, that it isn't going to go as perfect as they would like. But we love the fact that we can be a part of this and let them learn, let them explore, and let them innovate.
And that ties in really well with the next question. With all this trial and error that's done, how do these solar-powered highways really play into the scientific method and innovation? I mean, obviously it's a whole new technology, but beyond that.
Right. I mean, the scientific method is what we all learned in grade school and high school, that you have an idea, you state a theory or a hypothesis of what I want to try, you try it, you learn from that, and then you tweak it and you go on. And we're enjoying being a part of that with them, seeing what they can do. And, it may not ever come to fruition on the roadways, but, I think it could be very viable for driveways and sidewalks. And it would be awesome if it could get to that roadway, status. But just being able to be a part of that and letting them learn and grow and use that method is just awesome for us. And as an engineer and growing up and loving that, I'm loving it. I don't usually get to do engineering anymore because I'm a manager, so I'm excited to be a part of this project.
Mm-hmm. And how important is it to be able to work in a culture that really supports this innovation and this trial and error?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta give MoDOT credit. My whole entire career with them, we have always encouraged our employees to look outside the box to find innovative ways to do it, whether it's finding new products, new tools, new processes. And it's great that we're willing to take a little bit of a risk to try something new, doing it in the guise of making sure that we're still providing a good service to the public, but allowing us to think outside and reach out. That's not there in a lot of other DOTs, and we've gotten to the point where a lot of DOTs are looking at us. They're like, okay, what's MoDOT going to do next? Is it going to work? I have to go to Minnesota in a couple of weeks, and they're just dying to know what I've done. I'm like, I haven't done anything yet. So it's, they're like, ooh, MoDOT's trying something new. So it's been a very good, place to just be able to think and try new things.
Mm-hmm. And why did you guys decide to install these in Conway? And what does that mean? What can we expect in 417 land going forward? Mm-hmm.
Conway, when we were trying to find a place to install these, the Broussards had a few concerns. They still haven't fully tested in case, snowplow would have to go over them, so they wanted a place that wouldn't necessarily have that. We were wanting a lot of visibility, a lot of traction, and across the state, Conway is unfortunately our best rest stop or traveler information location, and it just really lent itself very well to their vision and what they wanted to do. And we used to have a wind turbine out there that was another innovative way to do energy, so it will make it easier for us to get that back into the center.
Mm-hmm. And what else can we expect to see from the Road to Tomorrow initiative?
We've got multiple pilots that we have out there. One of the things that I was good to see Representative Davis put back the platooning initiative bill to allow trucks for us as MoDOT to test the ability for connected trucks along our roadways to pilot that. It's going to take a change in state statute because they have to be closer than what our statutes say. So we've got that initiative. We have, the Internet of Things, basically data. How can we, provide our data to get data back? We've got grant writing. We have smart pavement. So we've got a lot of different things that we're trying, all in the guise of, if you come to us with an idea and we pilot it, you've got to show us, this is actual, can work. It will pay for itself, and even potentially have a way for us to either, like I said, with snowplows, use our money elsewhere or even generate funding.
It sounds like a great opportunity for the government and businesses to really collaborate, which is exciting.
Right, and that's the future. I mean, I don't know how many of you already have, vehicles that have the side recognition of vehicles, Tesla, the self-driving. This is where our industry is going. Vehicle to infrastructure, vehicle to vehicle, that connectivity and that innovative thinking. So we just need to be a part of that.
And MoDot is leading the way for the nation.
Right now we are. A lot of other DOTs have kind of, once we started, I just saw that Colorado has started their own kind of Road X. Georgia is going to be testing another solar energy type of on-pavement product from overseas. So yeah, we've started the thought, and now other states are trying to catch up.
Well, we'll see if they can catch us.
Yeah.
I assume that you can probably bring out that panel into Conversation Hall and people can look at it?
I can do that.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today,
you.
and I can't wait to see this come to fruition.
I do too. I'm looking forward to March.